Show podcast.
Kevin's eyes look insane, but he's got new hair. Virginia is a witch, and she farts in her chair. Jason is a spaz who's got an old man's ass. Welcome to the After the Show podcast.
Yeah, hello, and welcome to the KVJ After the Show podcast. Happy Friday, the weekend is here.
Happy Friday.
Yes, yeah.
Shake your titties, Kev.
Yeah, I'm so excited for this weekend. I'm just balls deep in football. I'm so pumped.
Football's deep.
Oh my gosh, football's deep. Right now on my DVR, I've got last night's Chaminade, Madonna, and Miami Central game that I get to watch this afternoon. That's number 4 and 5 in the country, Virginia. Of all the, there's thousands of high school teams, 2 of the top 5 in the entire country.
In the country?
Wow. Yes. By Max Preps. That's what the rating is. So that was a huge game last night. In fact, it was so big it was on ESPN2.
Damn.
Yeah. So I got that to watch out for this weekend. I got my Buckeyes taking on Notre Dame. That is a big game. 2 top 10 teams in the country.
Will Cannon sit with you and watch all this together?
Yes, it's so awesome. Father-son thing. I mean, when he was a baby, he would, I'd hold him all Saturday as we would watch games together when he was right out of the womb. And now that he's 15, he gets up at 8:30 in the morning, and we sit there for 14 hours and watch football together.
That is something I always wondered about when dads think. Because, for example, my dad would play me guitar as a little kid, and now I play with him as an adult. We play together.
Yeah.
And does he think that that's such a cool thing?
It's the best thing in his life.
Yeah, it's got to be, right?
It's the number one best thing in his life.
You created this little guy. Now this little guy is doing all the cool things you like doing, and he's doing it with you.
Whatever it is, I see dads fishing with their kid. Whatever it is you do, it's the best thing.
That's pretty next level. I love it.
It ranks number 1, yeah. So I'm very excited for that. And then, of course, the Dolphins play on Sunday. They're going to be at Hard Rock Stadium. So all that I'm very pumped about. A huge game, Florida State for your Noles. You got to already know about it. They're taking on Clemson tomorrow at noon. That determines their whole season, Virginia.
Wow.
That really does. That's one of those games that if they get through the Clemson, which they haven't in a while, that it will set them on the trajectory that they might be a national championship kind of team. So
I'm going to be in the Bahamas running around doing stuff. I'm not going to be able to watch it. Will you send me updates on the WhatsApp app?
Yeah, you got to help me connect on that. I'm not very.
She has to say it right first.
Yeah, I was going to say
app.
I have not used that since I was in Israel like 4 years ago, but
it's great. If you're going somewhere out of the country, you can text your friends for free.
Mm-hmm.
But if you do it on your regular plan, sometimes they charge you crazy rates. So WhatsApp is free.
Yeah, okay, I could do that. Yeah, we're gonna be highly plugged into that game. It's a noon game, so that would be cool. I'd love to do that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So a lot of exciting stuff going down this weekend. Bird, I know you have got some stuff. You're talking about going out to the Swede Fest today.
Yep, I'm going to go out there tonight and support some people that helped me out with our KVJ horror movie. And then tomorrow I'm going to be at the Rust Market in Lake Park around 11:30. I'm trying to get some KVJ Nationers in as extras for the movie. There's going to be a little festival going on. I need people walking through and sitting down and doing some stuff while Suits and his character kind of walk around.
Okay.
So if you guys want to meet me out there, and I'll try to get you in if you come on out. I already got a bunch of people coming out, but I'll try to get everybody in if I can.
A lot of people have been messaging saying, yeah, I want to be in the movie. Here's your chance.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Tomorrow morning, Saturday morning, Rust Market in Lake Park.
Yeah, meet me by the stage area. There are people playing music. You'll see it. It's not very big.
What time does the Rust Market open?
At 9 o'clock, I believe.
Okay.
8 or 9, Denny's. I think it's 9.
So you could go out there, check out the Rust Market, see everything, and then be in the movie.
And then the Swede thing will be fun. We did a Swede a long time ago. Me, Virginia, Panda. I think JR, our buddy.
He was great.
Yeah, so that'll be fun as well.
That's on YouTube, our Swede.
It's on KVJ, right?
Yeah,
okay.
It's awesome.
Okay. Maybe we can repost that.
Yeah,
make it easy for
re-release
people.
that thing.
I couldn't find it for some reason.
We never got enough credit for that because that took a lot of time.
It was too good.
It was too good. Our Swede
really?
didn't look low budget because we didn't really get it. We would try to make it look awesome.
Yeah.
And now we get it. We
There's ones
made
that
it too good.
There's ones they'll do. They'll break down a box and turn that into a uniform for the movie.
Yeah. Okay.
That's what I think the true art of the Swede is.
Just kind of a reminder, too, that talking about the high-end movies, the KVJ horror movie is close to selling out for the premiere Saturday, October 21st at the Maltz Jupiter Theater. So if you want to get your tickets, jump on it pretty quick, kvjshow.com.
It will be fun. We promise. The red carpet will be awesome. We're encouraging costumes. The bar will be available to everyone so we can drink like pregame. The bar opens 90 minutes before the movie.
Someone said they're going as Grimsley.
I love it. I think Grimsley might be one of the best costumes to go as.
Yeah, that'll be definitely dress up. That's what we want. We want to dress. In fact, I think if you're not dressing up, I mean, you don't have to dress up. It'd be cool. If you
I'd like to do a Vlad costume. I don't know how hard that'd be, but that'd be great. Your
You
possessed
could
doll.
totally do that.
Okay, that's what I was gonna go as.
Oh,
I know you kept bringing it up and
What a
bringing it up on the
dick.
air.
What
I'm
a dick. I won't do it. I'm sorry.
You can both be
What an asshole.
Vlad.
No,
You should,
It would
absolutely.
be too much for me. And I like I said, if I had it laying there, I'd put it on. But it's too much work.
When
you
you
do
buy,
it.
no, when you buy
You
your
do it and take
Vlad,
Vlad and it'd be with
just buy two of
that.
everything and
Yeah.
get Kevin the same setup. Dueling Vlads would
I don't
be.
know if I want to steal his
No,
thunder.
I-
I think that's great. You need to do that.
He would love it if you did it.
I definitely
Yeah.
want to buy two of that costume because that'll only be about $1,500. I'm sure
Right,
Kevin,
yeah.
who loves costumes,
Yeah,
will
right.
be into
Yeah,
it.
because I'm gonna wear it so often.
He kept bringing up Vlad. Gotta go as Vlad. So I was gonna go as Vlad. Like,
God,
motherfucker, I'm
sorry
going
about that. What an asshole. If Virginia's not ruining your shit, I am.
It all depends if I can get the outfit. I'd like to go as Vlad.
It would be tough to put together as I look at it.
At the costume store,
Hollywood
They do.
costumes.
I looked over there, and they have a bunch of Vlad-like costumes.
They can hook you up.
It could work.
Let me see. A lot of people got some questions on here. Like Princess said, so when will the movie drop on YouTube if that's the premiere date, the 21st?
Probably sometime later on, middle of that next week.
Okay.
Before Halloween.
Yeah, before Halloween.
But you won't have as much fun watching it at home as you will watching it with us getting drunk.
I know a bunch of people who are in the movie can't make the premiere because they have another thing they're doing. So they're trying
That
to
would
get me to.
suck to be in it and you can't walk the red carpet.
I know. I was gonna have all them on stage, and I was gonna have them. They were gonna be a big part of it, but they gotta. Unfortunately, the dates didn't work out.
Yeah, after the movie is over, we're going to do like a live question and answer. After we've had all the cocktails, we'll do a whole panel and have some fun and turn up.
There's a whole section of the movie where it's a bunch of people from our chat room, and they are playing all the roles in the Crazy Horse.
Okay.
I love
That's
it.
kind of cool, yeah.
I love it.
Let me see here. Got some other stuff going on here. This email from Linnea talking about something big that we were talking about today. It was about tipping. She said, I don't understand why y'all keep bringing up tips. It's optional. I work in the industry, and the more you bring it up, the more angry you get people, and the less they will tip. No one has to tip. We don't judge either way. Please stop bringing it up. Talk about something else. Something that affects you and people who are lucky enough to receive a salary and not need them. It's classier than dragging minimum wage recipients. Also, if you talk about a pay to listen podcast in the future, isn't that kind of the same idea? First off, I don't ever remember dragging minimum wage recipients. That was not any intent. In fact, we said, look, I think they need to make this money and it's due. And I was only just regurgitating what people were saying, that they would like to see businesses pay the employees rather than when you get anything like a coffee or whatnot that you get a tip. We bring it up like we do because it is a very hot topic. Got about 500 comments on our Facebook page, so people clearly do care about it. It's a hot topic, and basically the mantra of our show is hot topics, dysfunctional characters. So if it's a topic that a lot of people are talking about, then, we're going to talk about it. And it's basically, too, to help people resolve how they feel about it. And in no way do we want to take any money out of the pockets of people who are out there busting their ass. We are the Common Man Show, and we always stand up for you. So in no way, shape, or form, if you got that tone, that was not intended to be dragging anybody who is that kind of employee.
But there has been a shift. And even if you are a worker that flips that screen around and asks for 15, 20, or 25%, you have to acknowledge that this is a new thing. This is something that is just recently become more prominent in all of our lives. It wasn't like this before. And so people are struggling with how they feel about it.
Nope, I feel like we got one complaint email. Fuck it, no more tipping talk.
No, that's not going to happen. We talk about the things that people want to talk about. And I'm sorry that you feel that way. But this is a new thing that people are trying to rectify in their own minds. Yeah. And it's scary because it's now a guilt thing where I feel bad that I'm not tipping you $2 on a $4 coffee. Like, it makes me feel bad.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we all here on the show believe in tipping, so I'm not sure what the fuck.
I believe in tipping, but I believe in tipping for normal things that you tip for.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And I always tip 20, 25% when I go out to eat. Always. But this is not that, and it's changed. And so if we can't talk about the change and how we feel about it, you're trying to silence the majority, and the majority is not going to be silenced on this.
Nope, Virginia, you're a dick. Stop talking about it.
I am a dick. That is true.
Well, that we can agree on.
And you are talking about the number, and if you missed the story earlier, that number is 75% of Americans are guilt tipping, and they said yes, that's specifically giving tips only because I feel guilty and I'm kind of standing there. And we said, okay, well, where do people feel compelled to tip and not tip? And 40% of Americans don't think food truck workers should ask for tips, 38% at fast casual, and 34% at coffee shops. So we're trying to help people rectify what they're doing because, look, the one thing that has been a theme the last couple of days is we are all getting hit with prices on inflation, on insurance, gas, rent, all this kind of stuff. So people are just trying to figure out, okay, where do I put money? So everybody is struggling, and in no way, shape, or form do we ever want to drag minimum wage recipients. So that's not the case. And as far as talking about doing a pay-to-listen podcast in the future, isn't that the same idea? I don't think it is in any way, shape, or form, because we are going to be creating and giving extra content and working for it and providing it, and you have a choice to pay for it or not. We're not going to be standing over you and guilting you. It is completely something that you will seek out on your own.
We don't look at you as we ask you if you want to buy our extra content.
So I do not think there's any comparison whatsoever, and that's just my own personal opinion, and I will go fuck myself.
Well, you wouldn't get that extra content if you didn't pay the subscription, so that's what it's completely different.
And there'll still be free content, and that free content's not going to stop.
Yes.
It's nothing like that. Wait, what the fuck's going on right now? It's nothing like that.
Mm-hmm.
You have to answer every email.
No, we don't.
No, we don't. But it's, I do want to cover everybody's viewpoints and at least discuss them, and I want to let you know that there is that thought out there and that opinion. I thought there were a couple things that need to be addressed in case there are other people that feel as she does. I just want to restate clearly, if we were not earlier in our discussion, how we feel about it.
Just because we read it doesn't mean you're going to get the reaction you want either.
No, it's true. That's true.
Me and her,
at least it's on the record.
A bunch of wild cards over here. You know what
the fuck you never know what you'll get when you cross this flying squirrel. I'm going to come at you.
This email from Ashley said, at the Miami Marlins Stadium, Lone Depot Park, the workers at all the kiosks have started to set the tipping at 0% because they aren't getting any of the tips.
Good for them.
So they're actually helping out the customer by refusing the tips. I had heard that, too, that the company that runs the concessions is freaking jacking their tips.
That is ridiculous.
Right. And so that's part of it as well. You know?
Yeah, it's messy. It's layered.
Right.
I can't believe that. I mean, that should be like a undercover expose done by the news.
Mm-hmm. And Spike said Voodoo Bayou in Palm Beach Gardens, they have an 18% gratuity. They added to all checks. Apparently it was because they were not getting tipped appropriately at any party size. And honestly, for me, I saw that the other day, and they added 18%. I think it was at the Senor Frogs when we were there in Fort Lauderdale.
How big was your group?
It was 4.
Oh, that's not that big.
And yeah, we didn't get a lot. We just got like one appetizer and each got a drink. And I was cool with that. In fact, we wanted to leave 20. And so we threw down a couple extra bucks. But I don't have a problem with that. I'm a believer that you need to throw down.
We're used to doing
20
it.
25%
for a sit-down meal. Yeah, I mean,
right.
we're used to that, and that's okay with us.
Yeah, that doesn't rattle my cage. Nikki, she said, Virginia is right.
What?
Gosh, I hate these emails.
About the Roman Empire.
The only emails I hate more are tipping email. I'm kidding. I love these.
She said, I wish I had more time for a wider sampling, but 5 of 7 men answered more than once a week how often they think about the Roman Empire. The other 2 were not at all. So yes, this is a dude thing. We did a poll, though, did we not?
Every poll can match a poll.
That
cancel
was a
out.
larger sample size, and what was it? Was it like 20%? Suits, do you remember?
It was
that?
lower than that.
It was lower than that. Okay.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Fixed numbers.
So, yeah,
Yes.
we did do our own poll about, how often the average guy truly is thinking about the Roman Empire. And look, I do love classical history and whatnot. And I found out that my oldest son is going to be teaching a little bit of classical history. So, yeah, we actually did talk for a brief moment about the Roman Empire. So that was my one. But aside from that, no. But Michael does explain. He said, look, there are some reasons why maybe some people do believe this about thinking about the Roman Empire. He said, war, of course. There are a lot of stories about, war in the Roman army. Gladiators are popular. Aren't they doing a gladiator reboot or something like that? So that might be it. Men do love combat. Religion, if you go to a Christian church, it is easy to think about the Roman Empire at least once per week. And that is true because often if you're teaching anything from the Bible, the Roman Empire, especially in the New Testament, very profound. Fitness. The Romans contributed in many ways to sports and exercise. And there are like Roman chair and, Roman sit-ups, Roman squats, all those kind of like different things. We've got Roman on it. Food. Many Italian restaurants and food products have imagery of ancient architecture from Rome. So you think about it then. Astronomy. Most of the planets were named after Greek or Roman gods. So he's trying to explain why we do think so much about the Roman Empire.
Okay.
But they said, never mind.
That's what Uncle Jerry was saying. He's like, look, there's a lot of what they did that applies practically in your day-to-day today. And that's why he said he thought about it like twice a week.
To me, I think part of it, though, like an Italian restaurant, I think of Italy. Does the Roman Empire get credit for that?
And if that's the case, those are flawed numbers.
Yeah,
those are
I feel like
padded
we're
stats.
trying to stretch this to fit.
And if you ask people now, hey, do your friends talk about the Roman? Everyone's talking about it right now, so it's become a thing.
So now,
this is flawed. This is fucking stupid.
No, when I asked Panda and I asked Jerry, they had no idea what I was talking about, and that's how I like to do my men. I like to blindside them.
Okay.
Always try to keep that gender war alive.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's alive.
Oh, I know.
It's more than alive.
I know.
Talking about food expiration dates. Had a little quiz that nobody did well on. I tanked it when I took it at home, and I gave it here to Virginia and Jaybird, and they Jaybird did a little bit better in Virginia, I think, if I remember right.
Yeah.
It still wasn't good, though.
By a PH.
Yeah, I mean, that is if their numbers were right. Who knows?
And you never know. I mean, it's kind of subjective, too, based on who you ask. If it's food service, there's a whole thing called Serve Safe, and they have much stricter rules than an average person in their own fridge at home should have. If you're feeding people and you're doing it in a restaurant, in a food truck, at a festival, you are held to a different standard than your average person. They don't go in your fridge at home and have a thermometer in your food to make sure the temperature is right. They do that for food service.
I mean, and I eat so much food that other people prepare for me from a restaurant of sorts, and I usually eat that stuff pretty quick. Even if I put it in the refrigerator for a leftover, I will eat it within a day. Stuff I buy at the store that I open up, that's the stuff that goes, man. If it's I always feel like restaurants are elite when it comes to food. They can do it better than whatever I can do at the house, and that goes the quickest. Your beans were so good. You just gave me so many fucking beans.
I know. I over-ordered. I've always said you can never have too much taco bar. Well, yes, you can. I over-ordered for the taco bar. I ordered way too much food, and it was a ridiculous amount of leftovers.
I'm telling y'all right now, if you want to make your party turn, and I'm not talking about like you're doing a rager 80s movie kind of a college party. I'm saying where people are going to be eating. Take a note from Kevin Ralston's cousin and the witch. A taco bar is where it is at.
Bitches love a taco bar.
They do, man.
And the only thing I would say, learn from what I did, have a variety of tortillas. I don't think I had enough variety. Of course we had chips, and of course we had corn tortillas, but I wish we would have had flour as well.
I went going into that your cousin's party that time. I thought it was going to be hanging out with you on the sense of, man, there's going to be shitty ass snacks. There's going to be no food. I got there when I saw a taco bar there, when I thought there was going to be tumbleweeds.
Yeah.
Talk about just a rally on a spiritual level. You go from being kind of down to you could lift the mountains at that point.
You know, funny you bring that up because my cousin, I was texting him yesterday, and he so was hoping that you'd start thinking of him now as the cousin that went to Loch Ness to see Nessie instead of the cousin that had the taco bar. And then the very next fucking day, you bring up taco bar. He can't shake taco bar. He's trying to shake taco bar. He's like, I'm glad he loved it, but I want to be known for more than just having a taco bar. He's like, can I not be known for the guy that went to Loch Ness? And I guess I'll text him back and be like, sorry, dog. Guess what he brought up today?
Well,
your taco bar, cuz.
It was a defining moment for me.
Yeah, I guess apparently because it's come up 58 times, and he was hoping that maybe
they call
Nessie,
this on TikTok a core memory.
Yeah, he was like, gosh, man, I really want to be known for something else other than the taco bar.
Why?
He was really, I think he just feels like it's just so much, and he's so branded as taco bar cuz. He wants to be Loch Ness cuz now, and it's not sticking.
It's a fresh story now.
Yeah, okay.
This is new. I went from
he had
being
high hopes, I guess.
I was having a terrible day, and
Yeah.
I think we had to do something after your. I don't even know why I was going to your cousin's party, but
It was my party.
Oh, it was your party.
Yeah, it was a surprise party for my birthday. I didn't know what was going on. I showed up, and everybody was like hiding at my cousin's house, and they're like all surprised. I'm like, holy crap, I really was surprised.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yes. And I thought there was going to be no food there.
Yeah.
And it was the complete opposite.
It's not like Kevin's house.
That's what it was.
Right,
That's
exactly,
what it
yeah.
was. I was getting it twisted.
Yeah.
Man, all they're going to have is almonds and water.
Well, the
Yeah.
munchies bad. I'm going, oh my gosh, please don't have more than ice at this party, please.
Yeah. No, they do it right. They're good at hosting and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, they're much better than the Ralstons.
I'll start working in Loch Ness Monster.
Here's
Yeah.
the thing, though.
It would mean a lot to him, I know.
Let's talk to your cousin real quick about the Loch Ness thing.
Yeah.
He went to Loch Ness.
Yeah.
Did he see anything when he was there?
He did not report anything back on that. I mean, we were joking around about him riding Nessie shirtless and sending me a photo.
That's
but
what I'm saying. He wants the media to report on a story that's not really there.
He's not seeing.
Yeah.
You lead with your best, and your best is your taco.
He did not. No, that was my idea. I told him when he said he was at Loch Ness, I'm like, send me back a photo of you riding Nessie shirtless. And so You know,
Virginia's right. You tell him that you talked to JMZ, and JMZ's going full on hardcore press with Taco Bar. Sorry.
Okay, yeah, I got nothing back about any sightings of Nessie. So he went there, but
It's a non-story.
It's a non-story.
Okay.
I can't give him Nessie credibility.
he's just looking at something to try to shake Taco Bar.
No, he's
I
talking.
guess.
He's Taco Bar forever, and now he's really Taco Bar.
I'm not sure why would anyone want to. That's such a great reputation.
I guess he just wants to be more. You know, it's kind of like one of those guys that, you know, they are on a hit TV show forever, and then, you know, they feel like, okay, I want to be more. I feel like I have more, and they won't let him stop being whoever that character was.
It feels a little Rob.
It's like it's an Urkel syndrome.
It feels a little Rob Van Winkle doesn't want to be called Vanilla Ice.
I know, maybe
It does have that air
maybe,
to
and
it.
maybe I just need to sit my cousin down. We need to have a heart to heart, and I need to give him perspective and say, dude, I mean, you really landed it with Taco Bar, and you just need to be thankful that you've got that.
It was just such a bad day for me, but it was
Yeah.
just a shitty day. And then I had to do something after I didn't want to do, and I just thought the whole day was
Right.
just fucked. And that changed. There were drinks flowing, tacos eaten. It was amazing.
I'll reset the perspective with my cousin. I'll get him right.
You can't. It's important. He's not a lost cause, but you just need
I
to
know.
flip him.
I know. I guess he went there. I think he only went to Loch Ness. I think he flew all the way across the world just to try to get a different kind of vibe with Bird. And
That's ridiculous.
I would respect that so hard. Oh my god, that would be so, the coolest thing I've heard.
he flew just to Scotland just to try to get a different.
That shit ain't true.
Of course it's not. But let me have it for a second.
No.
Of course it's not true. But that would be amazing if it was. The moral of the
That's
story.
his whole life is trying to shake Taco Bar, and he's just doing anything to impress you in a different way.
Now that's fun, and that becomes his
Yeah.
life purpose to
That's
try
it.
to shake
He just-
Taco.
He just doesn't want to be a one-trick pony. He wants to be known for something else too.
And every time either taco or
just-
party or your
It just
cousin
fails.
comes up, this
he
always
he goes on a Bigfoot quest to the Great Northwest,
nah, Taco Bar, motherfucker.
and he actually gets a photo with the Sasquatch. He's like, "This'll do it," and you're like, "No, Taco Bar."
You know what? If he gets a picture with Bigfoot,
So I let him know.
Let him know. Bigfoot may
Then
change
it can become
things.
Bigfoot cuz.
Yeah.
Tell him you
Yes.
talk to JMZ. He
Okay.
says you're gonna have to
right.
a Bigfoot or an alien.
He didn't know where the bar was set. He thought just going there was enough.
Well,
The bar is
taco,
high.
The Taco Bar is high.
It's so high, Kevin.
All right, I'll let him know. Here's what you got to do. You need to get a selfie with a Sasquatch, and then you'll be Bigfoot cuz.
He made me rethink the whole. Is pizza always the best move for a party? And I don't know if it is.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh,
look,
gosh.
Defining
Okay.
moment.
What would you say, Virginia? Pizza or tacos for a party?
Taco Bar. Just look, I'm not even a big taco or pizza person. I like to throw a party when I have this many bitches in my house that I know they will like. And what do these bitches like? They like wine and they like Taco Bar. And so I did the two things that aren't even my favorite thing. Wine's not my favorite. I'm a champagne girl. But if you put a party out for the people will show their appreciation. And these bitches loved the Taco Bar.
To me, it's kind of a win-win. There's no losers here. The only thing I would say as a knock on the Taco Bar, it's just a little bit messier when you got a lot of people involved. You got a lot of spilling. Pizza is quick and go.
Yeah.
But I will say there's probably if you're gonna do a pizza thing, I think you got to go at least 4 different varieties of
Okay,
pizza.
yeah, then you could do that. Suits, we need a poll stat on this. This is very important. Better party food, pizza or taco bar? Pizza bar or taco bar, and it's got to be fair. So it's a pizza bar or a taco bar.
And if you're going to do the Taco Bar, I'm telling you, do it like the one that I got from Rivales off of Clematis.
Okay.
Downtown West Palm Beach. They give you everything. And then on top of everything they gave me, I also added hot melted cheese and grilled sauteed onions.
Yeah.
So you had the raw onions, you had the lettuce, you had the guacamole, you had the sour cream, you had the beef, you had the pork, you had the chicken, you had the beans, you had the rice. You don't fuck around. You do a taco bar right, and you make everyone happy.
So I'm seeing some traction here in the chat room. Like a KJ in the chat room says, for me, pizza, because I don't eat meat and most people don't put good substitutes on their taco bar. KJ, just for this question, I ask you to do this. It is your personal fantasy taco bar versus your pizza.
All the
fantasy.
vegetarian stuff.
Everything you want.
We had that.
Which one wins? Is it a pizza bar or is it a taco bar? And when a pizza bar is done the right way, and I'm talking about the garlic knots, I'm talking about some dressings on the side to dip your pizzas in. There's ways to go full gorilla on this, and that's really what the question's about.
Right now, taco bar is at 67% and beating pizza bar.
Yeah, there you go.
You have a lot of options. You could do chicken taco. You could do bean. You could do beef, shrimp taco. You could have an elevated taco bar, Kevin.
And
Elevated
But you
food.
could go different styles of pizza too.
You could.
You know, I mean, you could go thin crust. You could go Chicago deep dish.
Detroit.
Yeah, you could have all that.
Fuck, this is a good problem to have.
But the taco bar, it allows people to create as well. And a lot of people like to create. They customize. You're not in the kitchen making that pizza. Yes, there'll be diversity with the pizza. But you're holding that shell. You're holding that tortilla. And you are creating a customized piece for you. You can't compare pizza to that.
Okay.
Yeah, I honestly don't even have the spirit to argue it because we ain't got no losers in this game.
Yeah. Okay.
If I walk into either one of those parties, I'm very excited.
Yeah. I'm surprised Taco Bar is kind of squashing Pizza Bar right now.
I respect it.
Okay.
Gosh, great question.
Jen T wanted to let you know that she saw the Publix ad for this week, and the flatbread pizza you love is on sale for $2.
I saw that message. Thank you. I love that. That shit's expensive,
They're
though.
$7.99 this week. Stock up and freeze them.
They sell those son of a bitches for $11 Virginia when they're not on sale.
Whoa.
And they are not that big. I'm a growing boy. I can eat
11?
almost $11. Yeah, they're really not big, but they are very tasty.
Nick said he wanted to know, Jaybird, what is the popular pizza place that you say is overrated?
I don't know if I want to get into that kind of heat.
You shouldn't be,
I'm
because
not.
we're not about bringing anybody down. We're about bringing people up, and I don't want to make anybody sad.
I got a little. Well, first of all, they're not going to be sad. They don't give a shit about little piddly little Jaybird.
There's two of them that we both have said they ain't that great.
Well, there's one. There's the one I'm talking about. That's the one they're talking about. And
You've talked shit about two to me.
But on the air, I have talked about. You're confusing me. They're talking about the one I always talk about, and yeah, I'm not here to do that. But you can figure it out if you're in the chat room. I think some people know.
We don't want to hate on them.
No, I just think they're very overrated.
Okay. Riker said you guys were talking about the food expiration quiz, and I am convinced my ex-wife was trying to poison me a few years ago. I'm just this regular old blue-collar worker from Okeechobee, work long hours. Typically, I'm starving when I get home in the evenings, and I want a little bit of hamburger helper, and made a huge plate of it. She did for me, sat me down. I scarfed it down, and then I realized something just wasn't quite right, and I started looking at the box, see what it was. This thing had been expired for 7 years.
What?
7 years. Yes, needless to say, I spent the next 3 days on the toilet. That's Blake from Chobe.
Oh, shit. 7 years expired. I'm sorry. That is not cool.
Damn.
Even if there was a nuclear explosion.
Dude, your girl don't like
7
you.
years.
She trying to kill you.
That's what he was saying.
Do you remember when Hamburger Helper was a big deal?
Yes, back in the 80s.
Yeah.
My mom, that and Manwich.
Yes.
She was always hooking my dad up with a Manwich.
That hamburger.
Honestly, it wasn't bad.
No,
I
Hamburger
thought it was
Helper
pretty dang
was
good,
very good
man.
at where the man.
They had all kinds of different varieties too, right?
Hamburger Helper was kind of the shit, man. It was good. It was back in the 80s when it was still bad for you, but it was bad for you.
We ate it so often, though. I just feel like the rotation. Linda didn't work in a lot of diversity, so I feel like we had Hamburger Helper or Manwich twice a month.
Oh,
that's not that bad.
That's not bad at all. You fucking snob.
Yeah,
I want diversity.
What a snob. Even back
Good
then.
Lord, wow.
Even back then.
Sorry, I
She came
demand
out
more.
snobby.
I bring a culinary experience. I expect the same.
Twice a month is not
I was like,
overdoing
that's-
anything.
yeah, at
Get
all.
the fuck out of here.
Whoa.
Someone's going to knock you down a snack pack.
Wow.
Oh, and then she would mix it in with the macaroni and cheese with cut up hot dogs. Ugh.
Big Linda.
Again?
Big Linda just fucking doing her best over
Right.
there.
All sounds good to me.
No wonder she don't call you.
Yeah. Sarah said, Kev, thanks for the shout out today to me and my boys, Mario and Sebastian from the Dog Pound, Garcia High Bulldogs. Woo, woo, hoo, hoo. I can't believe that you remembered all of our names, but I did forget one and I feel awful. My wife, Caitlin, or Catlin, it's Katlyn.
You fucking it up, Ralston.
Well, how do you say that? Catlin or Caitlin? I said them both, so however it is, I don't know. You don't have phonetics.
You say Catlin, I say
That's why I tell you,
Caitlin.
give me phonetics, y'all, if it's a weird spelling. Can you shout her out? Of course. She deserves it. Our hero, who is a Gardens police officer and has the most love for Garcia football. Hoop, hoop. Jason, I am from New Jersey, so yes, chirping up is what we do best. And yeah, she was chirping at me last night at the
with Jersey
Boca
people.
JV game. Yeah,
Jersey people are
they let
chirp?
you.
Wait,
yeah.
what?
They get in your grill. Yeah.
All right. Sit down, Jersey.
Jersey, they got no problem giving you
I
their
hadn't shouted out
opinion.
Garcia football yet. She was taking notes apparently. She's like, you mentioned everybody else. Where's the Garcia shout out? So,
I love Kevin's complain voice because it's always that's how I hear
that's
it.
all it was. And it was like raining. I'm trying to watch my kid. I think he just threw his worst pass of the game. I'm like, yeah, motherfucker. And then she's like, and I'm like, it's just a lot. All the
That's it. The other day I was at
Yeah.
Publix. You guys don't answer your email. I'm like, I'm just trying to get some pastries.
yeah.
Email me about it.
Okay, and Michael said, hey, I just want to thank you guys. I'm the one who won the Sandals resort trip last year, and I'm finally going this weekend. I'm going to be updating with photos. That's a nice feel-good Friday.
Ooh, that is. Good for
Yeah.
you. Enjoy it. Hey, I found that Swede Fest film we did. I put it up on our Facebook.
Oh, very, very cool.
It's at the top of our Facebook right now if you want to see it from back in the day.
All right, very nice.
Oh, the people got some nice traction in 80s food. Remember Steakums?
Yes.
I loved. Did Fat Kevin like Steakums?
Didn't get them that often. Were they cheap or not?
Cheap as fuck. They looked cheap, they smelled cheap, and they were delicious.
It looked like it was meat from the cow's foot.
It
It looked like some old foot meat.
It actually looked like the cow's been dead for about a week. And then
That
they
shit was $1.99. If you paid $1.99 for a steak, you tell me, is it good?
You get on the right hoagie roll. Oh.
I never really got them. I thought they were growing up. I thought they were high end. I thought they were. I really did because they
You
were steak.
Ohio
And,
trailer trash.
no, we ate poor shit, man. Everybody I grew up with, we were all poor, man.
He's right. I meant in the sense that it was just cheap food.
Yeah.
Whether the price was cheap or not, I
Right.
can't speak upon that because I wasn't buying it. But I remember Steakums were kind of a thing. If my mom brought home Steakums, it was, we got Steakums tonight.
We got kind of that beef. There was a thing that went around. My parents wouldn't say because it had a bad word in it, but it was that kind of meat from the Steakums, and all my friends called it their parents call it shit on a shingle, and it was like you would take that meat and then you put it on a piece of bread with like a gravy and peas on it. And it was so fucking gross.
That sounds
And
disgusting.
my mom would make that all the time. That was so nasty.
They make up fucked up combinations up there in Ohio because your dad, I love your dad so much, but
it is the worst quiz. Honestly, it's terrible.
your dad
Food up there is terrible.
made us the worst mixed drink. No alcohol, of course, but
Yeah,
it was
right.
seltzer water.
Right.
It was some like blackberry soda.
Terrible.
And then mixed with more water. It was
That's why I ate so much
disgusting.
processed food growing up because that was the only thing that you would get. It didn't taste like shit. Anything like anybody made up there was terrible. I mean, honestly, I did not have a decent tasting cooked meal until I left Southeastern Ohio. Not one.
You're right, because when I was
Not
there,
one.
when I was visiting Kevin, the best meal I had was Wendy's.
There was not
the
one.
pizza
yeah.
was unimpressive.
Everything was
And
terrible.
You love pizza.
Love
Yeah.
even the shitty stuff I can get through. I could not believe how shitty that pizza was to the point where I go, it had been it was a bad night. We went back the next morning,
No.
right when it opened, and it
Yeah.
was even shittier.
Yeah. No. I never knew what tasty food was until I left.
Logan, the town that flavor forgot.
The pizza crossing,
really is.
it honestly
Everything's
reminded
so
me.
bland.
It had the feel of a diaper. I'm not kidding. It was the size.
So you don't want that pizza bar.
No.
It's really not the vibe that any restaurant should
Yeah.
go for.
It was the weight of a diaper. Like these slices were heavy.
Heavy. It's very
But
heavy.
unnaturally
Weighs you down.
heavy.
Very happy, man.
Damn, Ohio.
Yeah, they got to work on it, man. They got to work on it. All right, y'all. Have a great weekend. Thanks for being here, and thanks for the emails. Mail at kvjshow.com. We'll talk to y'all later. Goodbye.